Welcome to music. Today we're going to practice how we go through our individually paced, mastery-based learning. So first of all, we're starting with lesson 0, but I couldn't change this number. It's supposed to be lesson 0. And we're going to practice how to use our Quaver pages. So first of all, if you want to go to a previous page, you click this little yellow arrow, the curved arrow that goes to the previous page. Or if you want to go to the next page, you click the little curved arrow that goes to next. So let's click that. And now we're going to talk about the Quaver 5. Very important to know the rules of music. First one is to be safe. I'm going to turn him up so we can hear him a little bit. Second one is going to be polite.
Be polite.
Next, to be cooperative.
Be cooperative.
And be responsible.
Be responsible.
And then be kind.
Be kind.
So let's start with
be safe.
First of all, remember, in order to be safe, we have to think about our physical safety as well as being, safe with each other's feelings. But being safe means we don't run in the room, we don't throw things, we never jump off the risers. Remember that, very important. Not only if you jump off the risers, not only can you get hurt or hurt someone else, you break the risers a little bit every time you do that because it bends them a little bit. So please do not jump off the risers. Make sure we're using the instruments appropriately when we use instruments so that other people are safe and we are safe with them. We don't want to break them. We're going to get some new ones and we don't want to break them. We want to make sure we have them for a long time. So that's our be safe. Next is
be polite.
We're going to be polite. That means that when you are moving about the room and you want, say, to borrow a pencil, you use polite words. You're always using polite words with each other. If you bump into somebody, you say, excuse me, please, or I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. The more polite we are, the more fun we're going to have in class. So make sure you're always being polite to everyone.
Be cooperative.
Cooperative means to cooperate not only with each other, because there are going to be a lot of times you're going to be working together in small groups, large groups, or just with another person. You want to cooperate with each other, work together, in a friendly manner and polite way. And that means that when an adult anywhere in the building, but including myself, when I ask you to do something, please do it and don't argue with me. We're going to have a lot more fun if you guys can be polite and cooperative and safe. And
be responsible.
Being responsible means that you're taking responsibility for your own self, if you are using instruments, if you're using pencils or papers, make sure that when you're done, you put things back where they're supposed to be. You're responsible for the way you behave in class. Nobody else is responsible for your behavior, only you. And if everybody's responsible for themselves, we're going to get along really well in here and have a lot of fun. And of course, the most important one for me is
be kind.
Because if you're kind, that's going to cover everything else. If you're thinking of other people and what other people need, not just your own needs, but of other people's needs, and what's going to make this a better learning environment for everyone, it's going to be just so much more fun. We're going to learn a lot more and everybody's going to be happier. And that's really important. Being kind really covers everything else. So think about what you're doing and always be kind. Okay, we're going to click the little yellow arrow down here. Now, this is what you're going to do. This is one of your next must-dos. This is a must-do for you. So we're going to have must-dos, should-dos, and aspire to-dos. And in this lesson, one of your must-dos is to watch this video and go along with it. This is another one of your must-dos. So what you're going to do is now, once you've gotten finished watching this video, you're going to go around the room and you're going to find people to do all of these items with. Now, I want you to try to find people you don't normally hang out with. So you're going to find someone you don't normally talk to say something kind. Find someone else and say something polite. Find a new person, remind them of something we do in music to be safe. I kind of mix those up a little bit. Find a different person and give them an example of, I need to separate those words, an example of being cooperative. And then find one more new person and tell them one way to behave in a responsible manner. Good for you. You can do this. It's going to be great. So that's another one of your must-dos. Now, this is a should-do, and it actually is a little bit into our next lesson, but we're going to talk about the music room tour. There's going to be instruments set out, and I want you to go over to where the instruments are displayed, and you and a friend or a small group, you can get together and you can just kind of experiment with the instruments, see what rhythms you can come up with. Just play around with a little bit, but remember, be safe with them. We want these to last a long time, and we want everybody to enjoy themselves. So be careful with the instruments. Talk about what you think these instruments are called and what instrument family do they belong to. I'll bet a lot of you know. I want to go through this one last thing here in our should do. Rhythm is, I want to remind you what this is. Rhythm is different patterns of sound connected to the main beat. Rhythm is different patterns of sound connected to the main beat. If you have time, you can do this here or at home. This is your aspire to do, and you're going to make a piece of artwork that you can use any technique you like. I'll have some crayons and some paper out, but the artwork should describe your personality, and then think of a song that goes along with that. That should be interesting. Think of a song that goes along with it. And of course, the last thing you're going to do today, you're going to go through and do your mastery check. So have fun, and I will see you soon.